Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me here today as we get to talk about one of my favorite subjects, comic books. My name is Jose. I love comic books. I love talking about them. I love sharing them with you. Today, we are going to look at a really cool uh, feature here Fantastic Four Annual 3 from 1965, The Wedding of Mr. Fantastic and the Invisible Woman. You can follow me on social media. I have links in the description below. I like to just post my artwork. So this week was Jack Kirby's birthday, so I decided to post a couple videos. I got the first Doctor Doom from Fantastic Four 5, and this one, which is the wedding. So I'm just kind of showing um, some of the cover again because there's a lot of guest stars. Although the story is not uber long, it does say 72 pages, but that's because it always included a reprint in there. So it is not a 72-page story. So it also featured uh, Fantastic Four number 6 and Fantastic Four 11. So when you add it all up, including the story here, then you got your 72. So we are just going to be looking at the main story called Bedlam at the Baxter Building. Uh, it is known that Jack Kirby wasn't just the illustrator; he was also a co-writer. So it's essentially plotted by Kirby, scripted, co-plotted by the two of them, scripted by Stan Lee, and penciled by Kirby. So we start out with a great splash page here of Doctor Doom reading, although we see the headline, so we know he's not very happy. So, um, um, in the description below, there's also a link to the fan site, the Marvel fan site, where you can look at the plot. So I'm not going to, unlike most of the time where I kind of do a play-by-play as to what's going on, this time I am not. There's a couple videos where I don't do that. We're just gonna just look at the art, and you can go to the fan site and just see what the plot is. Real quick, I want to just let you know that I think this was drawn early in the run, and for some reason not published till like 3 years later, because the way Jack Kirby is drawing versus the way he was drawing during this time, things had changed a little bit. So if you take a look here, everybody seems to be a little bit more simple. Although I will have to also say Jack Kirby drew a lot, but if you take a look, it just looks, he either a didn't spend a lot of time on this and just was trying to hash out, which then tells me that the inker just inked exactly what was on the page instead of embellishing it a little bit more, or B, he just drew this earlier. So it's really hard for me to be able to tell. I just have my suspicions. And a couple of the other things is the color miss. This was colored to look like it was printed. So I just don't think, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, love this shot here of the X-Men. This is the original X-Men, so Cyclops, Marvel Girl, Angel, Iceman, and of course the Beast. And then this is the Mole Man, who actually made his first appearance in Fantastic Four number 1. I do not own the original. I always tell people that I only show what I own. I don't show anything I don't own. I do not have the original. I have the Marvel Masterworks version of this, and I also have the Epic Collection version of it. So those Epic collections that Marvel has been releasing are very cool. So they're getting ready for their wedding, so they're fighting in the tux and everything. Just so cool. So comic books are supposed to be fun, and this is something that I think are, why everybody's attacking this day is just kind of funny. Kang the Conqueror. Um, this isn't his best work. I just want to say this issue is not his best work, but this is an issue that is important to the whole collection of the Fantastic Four with the wedding of Sue and Reed. And then this is Daredevil, of course, Matt Murdock. Very, very cool. Say whatever. I'm not the biggest Jack Kirby fan. I always have to explain to people, or just kind of that I can appreciate the work he did. I can appreciate that he was able to inspire a lot of the artists that I love, like Walter Simonson and John Byrne and Jim Lee, Todd McFarlane, all these people that whose work who are always such big Kirby fans. I personally find his drawings to be stiff, but that's me. If you like him, by all means, like him. I don't tell you what to like. Art is subjective. Like I said, I love Walter Simonson, and Walter Simonson to me is very Kirby-ish, but Walter Simonson does not draw like Kirby at all, and I absolutely love Walter Simonson. This is what I mean. This does not seem rendered very well. It just Jack Kirby drew so much during this time. I just don't think he had the time. So this very well could be a rush job as he's trying to, complete 50 billion issues per month. So which can be a little bit as to why I'm not a big Kirby fan. However, he developed a style that most likely allowed him to draw quickly that he was never able to get off. Because when he does the stuff during the 70s, like at DC when he did the New Gods and stuff, he drew very he still drew kind of stiff. So um these were photocopies of just stuff. Um, so now they'd all do it in digital, but back then they had to do photocopies. So, if like I said, if you want to look at the or know what kind of the plot is, just go to the link on the fan site, and you can just take a look there. So here, they're finally getting married. This is Nick Fury. Everybody's in costume. That's just awesome. So, and this is supposed to be Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. So, anyway, so hope you enjoyed it. Fantastic Four Annual 2 from 1965 by Jack Kirby and Stan Lee. Like and subscribe, and thanks for listening.